Flosstube, it's Nicole Buckeye Stitcher. Today is September 13th, and I'm going to try something different this month. I'm going to try to make a couple videos and put them together for my end of the month update. I guess you call that vlogging. But my last few months have been pretty short updates, and I then realize after I'm done that I have forgotten to show things or talk about things. So I'm going to try it this way and see how this works and see if maybe I get a little bit of a longer video. So the first thing I forgot last month was to show some of the patterns that I was gifted over the past month or so. So let's do that first. The first one I got was a cute little pattern that was gifted to me by Jan. She's one of the finishers at Keepsakes. She does the pillow finishings, and she slipped this cute little raccoon pattern into my bag. Oh, it's actually a card, Jan. I didn't even open it until now. It's actually a greeting card that has a pattern. But it's by Graphique Greetings. It's just called Raccoon, and I think there's like 9 colors in this, so that shouldn't go too slow. That's cute. So thank you, Jan, for sending that to me. I will definitely stitch it. Another thing that was passed on to me was this cute little Love Ohio pattern. Jen of Spooner Rooney Stitcher stitched it and asked me if I wanted it, and I said sure. That'll make a cute little pillow. I just need to find another bird ornament, bird charm, which shouldn't be too hard. That's by Hindsight. And then I was gifted 2 patterns from Michelle. She is Mitch Stitch on Flosstube. She's an Australian stitcher. She has started her own pattern line called Punk Poodle Patterns. You can buy them from TopKnotStitcherShop on Etsy. Or does Abby have her own website? I'll put it here to clarify. But the first one is called MM's Firefly Biscornu. Michelle loves fireflies, or lightning bugs, as I call them in Ohio, where I grew up. So she designed a cute little Biscornu because she was sad that she couldn't come to StitchCon this year. No one could come to StitchCon this year, so I didn't get to see her. But the back has that cool moon, and then the front is all the little fireflies. And I'm super excited to stitch this. So Michelle sent me that. Thank you. And then the second one she sent is really, really cool, although it's not my genre. It's called SW's Creepy Clown. It's supposed to be that clown from It, Stephen King's It, I believe. Pennywise. Anyways, so it's stitched in 2 layers, and if you go over to Mitch Stitch's video, I'll put which video it is here where she shows the finish. But the balloon is actually stitched on 1 layer, and the eye is stitched on the 2nd layer, and then the fabric is cut out around it, kind of 3D. It's super cool. Brian saw this one, and he was like, that's a cross stitch. That's the only cross stitch I'd ever want you to stitch for me, until I told him it wasn't like the size of a headboard. It's about that big when it's finished. So Michelle was kind enough to send Brian a pattern and sign it in case he ever wants to stitch it for himself. So thank you, friend, for sending me those. And like I said, go check out her pattern. She's got 4 now, I think, and they're at Abby's shop. Okay, I made some purchases since the last time we talked. I broke down and made some purchases. There were some sales. On Etsy, I bought this cute little sea otter pattern. It's going to be pretty simple. There's only 6 colors. It's not a very big pattern. It's finished on the website in a little hoop. And this is from La Selva Design on Etsy. I also got their giraffe because I think these will make cute little ornaments. Probably not this year. And then the thing I do not need another cardinal, and I do not need another kit. But Rendale Designs released new kits with bothy threads earlier this month, or the end of last month. There's 4. There were 2 that I really liked, but there's no way I could have resisted this. And it's still in the plastic because it's a kit and I'm not opening it up. Look how cute that fat cardinal is. It's called Festive Feathers. It's a bothy threads kit, but the designer is Rendale Designs. I am obsessed with these little fuzzy, scruffy critters, so I'm looking forward to stitching this one. I sent this picture to my sister, and she was like, yes, please. And I told her, no, it's got like a million colors of red, and it's going to take forever. It doesn't really have a million colors of red. But I don't know if she's going to get this. I might stitch it again for her, but the first one for sure is going to be mine. Okay, so those are all the things I received. I had 4 finishes last month. 4. They've already gone off to Jan at Keepsakes to be finished, so I will insert an unfinished picture here. So I did 4 more of those Punochka kitties. 3 of them were the pumpkin kitties that I did last year for some friends. I never made one for myself. So I made one for my sister, one for my mom, and one for myself. And then that the 4th one was the acorn one. That was in Just Cross Stitch 2019. I don't remember what month. If you want to know, ask me and I'll figure it out. But anyways, the acorn one is for me as well. So that brings my total finishes for the year to 18. 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 18 as of the end of last month. Can you believe it? My starts for this year was 15. So I'm really trying not to start any more things for the rest of this year because I want to get my counts down. I think I said last time I had 5 and then I forgot about 1. So I think I have 6. Okay, I had another finish come back from Jan at Keepsakes, and if this weren't a gift for someone very dear to my heart, I would be keeping it because it's the cutest, tiniest little thing ever. So this is my Open Road Abode 1/1 Wintry and Woodsy from the Punch Needle and Primitive magazine. 2018 maybe? I can't remember. Look how cute it is. Okay, so Jan added this little rickrack that looks like it's stitched. I don't think she stitched it. I think she bought it. And then she knows I like stuff really flat, stuffed flat. So she stuffed that stuff. I think she uses wool or maybe just some fiber fill. I don't know. But anyways, and then she added this cute little charm. And I said I wasn't going to stitch any more 1/1s because they make me crazy. But how could I not stitch another one? Look how tiny it is. Okay. So that is a gift. But I sent the whole piece of fabric that I stitched that on, and Jan sent it back. This is just a piece of 28 count, like ivory Lugana that I tea-dyed. So I have another piece. I'm going to have to stitch it for myself. My sister wants it too, but I don't think I'm going to make an ornament for her. I might make the actual original 4x6 finish for her. She lives in a pretty jam-packed old neighborhood, one of the Cleveland suburbs, and they've got deer roaming in their streets at all times of the year like it's a freaking park. I don't know where the deer come from, but they're everywhere. So she needs a little wintry and woodsy for herself. Oh, it's so cute. Thank you, Jan. Okay, I've had 2 projects I've worked on so far this month. The first one was the shortened repeat version of this. I'm basically just doing this with the words, and then there's going to be a little bit of green leaves at this end, but I'm not doing the whole thing for my mom. I got a fair amount of progress on that, so that's where I am. Happy about that. I did change the colors. I'm not using the original called for silks. I did change the colors. So I worked on that, and I got into a groove in Cats in the Rain. So this is Madame Chantilly, Cats in the Rain. I am not a fan of the color yellow, so I am stitching my girl in red. And then I changed the blue of the umbrella. I did a color consultation with Julie at Reflections to see, because the blue that was called for looked great with the yellow, but it was going to be a little bit too muted for this bright 321 red. So this is 336 is the blue. I was so proud of myself. I got so much progress done yesterday. It was nice outside. There was a breeze. I sat on my deck, watched the kitties in the catio, and stitched this whole hat. I was so proud of myself, and then I realized I screwed up. And instead of getting a little rain hat, it looked like she had on like one of those safari hats from the 1930s. So, and I don't fudge, so I had to pick it out and start all over. So that is where I am. So that is my progress for this month so far. Sorry, this is shaking. I have this on my ironing board. I stole that idea from Jen's stitching niche because it's a fabulous idea. Instead of stacking stuff up high to put my laptop on like I used to do on the kitchen table. So sorry I'm shaking it. Yeah, I tried to tape last time. I tried to record last time in my little stitching room office. No bueno. So I'm back in the kitchen, but just in a different setup than I used to use because the ironing board idea is fabulous. All right, let me look at my list and make sure that I haven't forgotten anything once again. And I think that is my update for... Yes, so that's my update for this first half of the month. So I'm going to see what happens the second half of the month. My plans are just to keep working on those 2 patterns that I showed. And so hopefully I'll have some more progress to show you at the end of the month. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Okay, guys, let's finish up September 2020's update. I don't know how well this vlog thing worked. I don't know if 2 videos smashed together makes a vlog, but this is what it is. I got some finishes back from Jan. She's one of the finishers at Keepsakes, my LNS. These are the little black cats from Punochka. This one was a freebie that I think now she might sell on her site. And this one is the one from the Just Cross Stitch October 2019 magazine issue. So Jan finished these fabulous little critters. The directions for the shape cutout come with the pattern. These 2 are for me. And then I did 2 more kittens. One for my sister, one for my mom. They're fabulous. I love the black Ada. I've said that before. Just use lots of light and magnification. All right, I had 1 purchase this month. Since I decided I'm stitching all of those Rendale designs and bought another one, that cardinal that I showed before, I purchased this fabric from 123 Stitch. So the kits come with the speckled Ada, but it's 14 count Ada, and so all those kits are going to be pretty big. So I found this even weave. This is 32 count light Baslam Splash. And so I'm going to use this for the cardinal. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just going to be a little bit smaller when the item is finished. So I just bought a piece of it to have it, so if I feel like I want to start that cardinal anytime, I can. But also, I don't want this to go away. So I just bought that. That is my only cross-stitch purchase. I had some progress on Cats in the Rain. So that is the piece from Madame Chantilly. This was kind of an impromptu stitch along with Sheila from Sunshine Stitchers. I think Carolyn Zirk was supposed to start it too, but I don't think she has. I changed mine to a red raincoat. So she is 321. I've got 1 little kitty finished. That umbrella flew by, but the raincoat for some reason is really dragging. I don't know why. So I'm going to keep working on that in the month of October. I also just last week got some work done on the 'Tis the Season restitch, up to partial restitch. I'm just doing the main portion with the cardinal. So I got quite a bit of progress on that. The snowflakes I did in DMC 3865, I think, and it might be too white for the red and the fabric. So I may have to change those out. The called for DMC is 3866, which is a little bit pinky. So I think I might leave these and stitch some of the other ones that go here and see what I think, because I'm not really sure if I want the pinkish tone to it. So that's that. I'm not loving this fabric, meaning it's a weeks, it's a 32 count. I think before I said it was Aspen. It might be Tin Roof, which I love both those colors, but for some reason this weave is super loose. Kitties are playing. This weave is super loose and I can't get even consistent tension. I'm not thrilled with how my stitches look. I thought it was just one of the flosses, but it's happening with all of the floss, except the DMC, all the hand-dyed flosses. So I think it's the fabric. Those are the only 2 things I've worked on. I do have some plans for a start in October. I am going to hop on Jen's Stitching Niche Sal bandwagon. She is doing the monthly mini sampler Sal These are from the Heart Needle Arts, and I had already had October. I've had it for a while. So I'm going to stitch that, and I'm probably going to stitch it on this scrap piece of 32 count Ivory Belfast linen because they're tiny, so I think that'll work. So I'm going to start that this month. I'm tired, y'all. Can you tell? September has flown by. I have worked a lot more than I'm used to. I had some involved cases that were a little taxing. Everybody did fine, but I was at work a lot more than I was anticipating this month, and I am worn out. And I just haven't had as much time or as interest in stitching as I had the rest of the summer. I just kind of gave up. So I'm hoping I can get some mojo back. I did have some non-stitching related purchases that I wanted to show you. You know how obsessed I am with LouPaper. She's on Etsy. I've showed you all her wonderful cards and postcards before. She came out with calendars. So this is the foodie calendar. And I don't want to open it because it's a gift for my sister for Christmas. But each page is a month and has a food theme. I'll try and insert some pictures here from her Etsy site so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. But she also has some that are more, well, this isn't one, but more this size, and just have one theme at the top with all the months listed below. And most of them are states. So if you like the idea of the state, check out her website. This thing I showed you is a tea towel. It's all her pastries. So that's a tea towel for my mom for Christmas for the kitchen. And then she popped out some Christmas cards. These are not postcards. These are just blank Christmas cards. So I bought those. And then yesterday I saw that she posted some Christmas postcards. I told her I just needed to be on her auto ship. Because just about the time I get a shipment, she pops something else out that I have to have. So I'll be going back and ordering those sometime before Christmas. I also found a website called quillingcard.com. Quilling is a paper art where you roll paper to make shapes. And so I found some fabulous cards there. Let me see if I can take this out. They're not inexpensive, but they could be framed like a piece of art. So this is a fall tree. They had other seasons as well, but all of this is 3D paper. Can you tell that? So it's all just scrolled to make the tree. The tree is scrolled paper. Oh, sorry. And so is that bench. So that's a fabulous thing to receive in the mail. And then I bought this one because I couldn't take the cuteness, like this spooky cuteness. Sorry for the crinkling. Sorry, not sorry. Uh-oh. Okay. Look at those bats. They're kind of creepy, but they're kind of cute. So all this is paper. This branch is paper. All of the texture and all of the bats. It's all paper. Cool. Okay. That's it as far as stitching. You want to talk about some cats? Okay. So last week we had let's say Sunday, we had an incident. All summer, the kitties like to lay in the front windows when they're open, the front of the house. The catio's in the back of the house. Apparently the catio's not enough because when the front windows are open, they like to lay in the windows. Well, one of them is so big that he kind of like leans against the screen, and the screen has slowly been tearing away from the frame. You know where this is going. So Sunday, I came down early, I opened the windows, I opened the catio and started cleaning in the kitchen, kind of doing some chores, and I walked into the living room and I saw that the screen was busted out at the bottom. Like it just completely ripped from the frame. Here's a picture. And Brian said, "Do you think one of them got out?" And I was like, no, there's hardly any space in that. If one of them would have gone out, it would have popped it all the way out. So then I took a head count, and I only had 3 heads, not 4. So I started looking, and I was missing one. I'll give you one guess who it was. It was Bad Baby Doc. Because Doc gets into everything. Doc's the troublemaker. Doc does all the things that are bad. Can't find Doc. So I opened the front door, which is approximately 4 or 5 feet from the window, and there he is. on the front sidewalk, not very far from the front door. Panicked. Like his eyes are big and he's panicked. So I opened the door, calmly called him in. He came right in. His tail was all puffed up. You could tell he was panicked. So I gave him some pets and reassured him. Gray Baby had to figure out why he smelled so different, so he was up in his grill for about 5 minutes, which is about how long it took Doc to realize that if he came in that big opening place, it was real close to that little opening place that he went out, and he was trying to go at it again. I mean, I shut the window once I realized it was torn, but he was doing everything in his power to figure out how to get into that window seat again, because he wanted back out. So now we can't have windows open because the cats are too big and Doc's bad. We also had to get a new water fountain for the cats because Doc's bad. So I had a water fountain that looked like this. And every so often I would come downstairs in the morning and find water, like in random places in the kitchen, feet from that dish. And then I caught him playing in it, like not just like tapping the water, like full on smacking the water out of the water bowl. And I got to the point where he was like, Brian found him standing in it, standing with his front feet in it, and there was water everywhere. Like he would spill half of it every day. I'd come home from work, I'd come down in the morning, and there was water everywhere. So we got rid of that. And we got this new one that doesn't have a very deep tray that the water collects in. It's got a deep bowl. Here's a picture of little Miss Pearl drinking out of her new water fountain. And, you know, cats don't like change, so I was worried that nobody would drink out of it. And the thing I like about the water fountain is that they all drank out of it. Cats are notorious for not drinking enough water, which can lead to urinary issues and kidney issues and blah. So I really was hoping that they would take to this drinking fountain. I figured the boys would because they're young and like everything's new and fun, but Pearl's Pearl, and she's kind of a little bratty girl, and I didn't think she would do it. Well, she did. On day 2, she finally drank out of it, and the only reason I think she did is because she knew Brian spent his own money to buy the fountain because she loves him. So they're all drinking out of the fountain. I highly recommend this fountain. It was like $28 or $30 on Amazon. If you're anti-Amazon, you can get it at Petco. I've seen it on other websites. It's easy to clean. The filter is so much easier than the other one. This is much better, and Doc can't make a big mess. So we can't have nice things here because Doc is bad. That is the moral of that story. And that is all I have. So I'm going to put these two together and see if I have a video longer than 12 minutes. And maybe I'll see you next month. Bye.